Good morning. In today's video, let's see about the vector data type in R programming. So vector is similar to an array in other programming languages. Suppose if you have the syntax vector of numeric comma 3. So what this will do? This will create a array of 3 numeric values. So that is, the vector is of type numeric and it has 3 values. So let's run this and see. So it is initializing the basic values of the numeric values as 0, 0, 0. So there are 3 numeric values. Similarly, if I run this, I'll get 5 logical values. The logical values, the base value, the default value is false. So we are having 5 false. Suppose if I have character vector of size 2, then you will be having 2 empty strings without any characters. Okay, the same can be done using the function numeric of 3. So this also creates a vector of type numeric with 3 default values, that is 0, 0, 0. Then we can use logical of 5 to create a vector of type logical and of size 5. So it creates false, 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 false. So next we can use character of 2 to create a vector of type character with the 2 empty characters. Okay. So vector can be created using the vector syntax, can be created using numerical logical character syntax. Then the other one is SEQ, sequence of 1:5. This will create a vector of values 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. So next, if you have sequence dot int of 5, 12, let's see what happens. Let's run and see. So here you're creating the integers from 5 to 12, that is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you're mentioning the type as int here. So here also you're creating a vector using the sequence syntax. Similarly, if you run this syntax, there is sequence dot int within bracket 10, 5, minus 1.5. Let's see what happens. So if I run this, you can see the first value in this vector is 10.0. Okay. Then it is decremented by this third parameter, that is minus 1.5. So 10 minus 1.5 is 8.5. So we get 8.5 here. Then another minus 1.5, you get 7.0. Then another minus 1.5, you get 5.5. You stop when you get the value 5. So you are starting with the value 10 and you are ending with the value 5 and you are decrementing the values by minus 1.5. This is how the sequence.int syntax works. So next we are going to see sequence underscore length. So this is a function which will give the length of the vector. That is, it will create a vector of length 7. So it will create a default vector of length 7. That is the integer vector that is starting from 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So now what happens if you use the syntax C of 3, 4, 5, 6. This also creates a vector. This is also a vector having the integer values 3, 4, 5 and 6. So suppose if I am assigning this vector value to the variable p. So let's see what happens. So I'm going to print p. So let's see what is printed. It is printing 3, 4, 5 and 6. So p is a vector of the values 3, 4, 5 and 6. So let's run this syntax and see what happens. Sequence underscore a long of p. So what does this do? Okay. So what is this doing? It is listing the numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. The index value of the array is printed. 1, 2, 3, 4 is printed. So next we'll find out what is the length of 1:7. So it is going to by default print 7 because we are having in the vector 1:7 we have 7 values. And what happens if I run this syntax? Length of C of within quotes, within double quotes, AA, CCC, EEEE. So this is a string vector having 3 strings. The first string is AA, second string is CCC, third string is EEE. So if I run this, by default I am going to get the length as 3 because there are 3 string vectors. So it is returning 3. So let's see what happens with the function nchar. So it is the syntax for number of characters in the vector. Okay, it is showing 2, 3 and 4 because the first string AA is having 2 characters. The second string CCC is having 3 characters. The third string EEEE is having 4 characters. So it is printing the number of characters in each of the vector elements. So now you are assigning the vector C1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 to S. Okay. So what happens? So I am running this and I am displaying S. It is going to list down 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now suppose if I store the length of S as 3, what happens? The vector gets truncated. So now I am just going to print the variable S. So it is only having 3 values in the vector, that is 1, 2 and 3 because the length of S is curtailed to 3. So we are leaving out 4 and 5, only printing 1, 2 and 3. Similarly, if I have length of S is equal to 8, I am now extending the length of S. So what happens? If I print S, what happens? So it is printing the first 3 characters because it was initially stored as only 3 characters, 3 values, 1, 2 and 3. Then for the remaining 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, you have NA values because the value is not there. Okay. So far we have seen some syntaxes about the data type vector. We have seen how to declare the vector using the vector syntax, using numeric, logical and character syntax, and using sequence syntax, and using C. So this is also the syntax to create a vector. And we have seen how to find the length of the vector, number of characters in a vector, and how to reinitialize the length of the vectors. I hope this would have been useful for you. Thank you.